Okay, looks like we're having some issues with negative modulus. So this sort of extends a previous video if you want to sort of understand the absolute basics of modulus and how you increment numbers, or how you use numbers sort of at all with modulus. This is going to be a little bit more advanced. Instead, we're just going to focus on the negative numbers. Here we have an example in Code Sculptor of -3 modulus 2. All right. Well, what happens if we get -2? Oops. Execute that. And we get 0. And if we -1, we get 1. So what's going on? I'm going to go back to this example over and over again probably. What we have here is a circle. A circle is a really good way of expressing what's happening in modulus. So like in number theory, like if you just have a straight line and then you sort of add ticks on that line that are evenly spaced, and then you put a 1, a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so on, and then in negative space you have -1, -2, -3, -4. Okay, so those planes go off in either direction from each other. And that's how we normally think about mathematics. But when you're working with modulus, we don't have those negative numbers anymore. All we have are positive numbers. So how does this negative number thing work with only positive numbers? Well, the negative doesn't indicate, it indicates a negative value, but it indicates more a direction on this wheel. So if we have a positive one, we will move to the right 1 integer, or if we have a positive 2, we move to the right 2 integers, or if we have a negative number, we move -1, 1 space, or if we have -2, we move back 2 spaces. So positive and negative are just talking about which way we're going to be rotating on this wheel. So if we go down to our Python interpreter, and we do -1 modulo 8. Okay, what are we going to expect to get here? 7. Hope you guessed that. All right, let's change this again. Let's do -1 again, except we're going to change it to modulo 9. What are we going to get? Hope you guessed 8, because you'd be right. So what's happening there is that wheel is sort of fitting more and more numbers on it, right? So if we're going to go back 2 spaces on modulo 9, hit enter, you get 7, so it's 9 minus 2. So what happens if we get a negative number that's larger than 9? We go negative 10 modulo 9. You know what's going to happen? There you go. You get 8. So it starts over. And what's going to happen if we increase that number again? 7. We're going to increase it again. So you can see it's working to the left. It's working backwards. Right? Now if we make this positive, of course this is going to be moving in a completely different direction, right? So -12 modulo 9 is 3 different than 12 modulo 9, positive 12 modulo 9. I hope this kind of helps you visualize exactly how modular arithmetic is working.